ADHD meds and the Adderall nap, the Vyvanse nap, the Ritalin nap. If you are ADHD and you take a stimulant med such as Adderall or one of these, you know what it's like to actually take this medication and within about 30 minutes, guess what happens? We're tired all of a sudden and we could sleep. And one of the biggest things, and I don't know if anyone else has noticed this, comment down below, your internal dialogue stops. Those conversations in your head that you're having, the voices in your head that you're having, like this whole internal dialogue is all of a sudden goes quiet and allows you to almost just fall right asleep. If you're new to the channel, hit the like and subscribe button. But one of the side effects to that is if you do become susceptible to the Adderall nap, Vyvanse nap, is all of a sudden you start having a lot of issues sleeping. And that's one of the worst things and worst problems, I will say, is a side effect of having like ADHD. We do already struggle with revenge sleep, which is at night, our brain goes into this whole focal point of like, hey, this is me time, this is my time, I deserve this time. So next thing you know, we're staying up later than what we should. If you've already taken a nap, now you're having trouble going to sleep. And one of the things is now it makes it easier to fall into this routine of taking a Adderall nap in the middle of the day. And now we're not nearly as productive as we should be. One of the things that a lot of times people are missing and why that also happens is magnesium. Magnesium glycinate especially, I even have a link for the Banff Wellness and Recovery Magnesium down below. But Adderall and a lot of these ADHD meds make you actually excrete and not absorb and put in magnesium into your system. And so most people who are taking ADHD meds have a magnesium deficiency, and magnesium is a key component in creating melatonin. Magnesium naturally gets your brain stimulated to produce melatonin, which is a huge part of sleep. Also, it helps with the massage a little bit, the neurotransmitter GABA, which is also a sleep and relaxing side of your brain. And so because you have this deficiency, now all of a sudden you struggle even more with sleep. That could become this really, really big pattern where a lot of people with ADHD know what it's like to essentially have ADHD burnout, because we did it to ourselves, where we are just so exhausted, we haven't slept, and we are just burnt out all of a sudden. We can't function normally. Our meds aren't working like they should, and we just crash. And it's sometimes this cycle going through. And one of the things that I wish I would have known and that no one ever really told me was that your body is not having the magnesium that it needs to stop this whole process. And so I will say is if you want to prevent this from happening and that burnout even from happening, getting magnesium into your system, and yes, it takes about 30 days, but getting magnesium into your system, getting onto that routine sleep pattern makes a huge difference when it comes to ADHD and your ADHD meds, because ADHD meds are one of the best tools there is. It allows us to focus, it allows us to be productive, but it also unfortunately has some downsides to it. And being aware of those and knowing how to counteract them, just like, take some Tums with your ADHD meds. It's amazing what happens with that, or even Zink when it comes to ADHD meds. But even when you take ADHD meds, don't take citric acid because it will really jack it up. It's important to talk to your psychiatrist about what else you should or shouldn't take with ADHD meds, because of how a lot of this different stuff interacts with each other, and it can make life a lot easier, and it can make your meds more beneficial, and it can also just get these routines down a lot more. And that's why I share, is this is a lot of stuff that I wish I would have known. If you haven't hit the like and follow button, hit the like and follow button. Comment down below your experience with this. Because the more that we share, the more that we educate through our own experience, the more that it helps others. A lot of times, these are stuff that we don't even think about asking our doctor when we go to our psychiatrist. And next thing you know, we're struggling and we don't know why we're struggling. Turns out all we essentially really needed to do was put a different supplement into our system, and it makes the world of difference. And that's what it's all about. And so for the ones out there that are going through it, the ones out there that are working through it, definitely get a diagnosis on ADHD. Don't just assume you have it. I have a link in the comments for ADHD online. You can get tested, find a psychiatrist, because once you know what you're diagnosed with, now you know how to start managing and working through life. And it makes everything so much easier, believe me.